Brought to you by Jack Daniels. There are 9 other players that will start this game tonight, and we'll talk about them. West reunion trip for the Thunder because on Saturday, after a stop in Philly on ESPN Friday.
Exterior builds. They've got to navigate that and continue to try to work these pieces together.
Here's Anthony from outside, a great save it.
Interesting that Bogdanovich gets the matchup with Paul George, and I think positionally he's a solid defender. So he's going to have to guard that perimeter jump shot.
Abrinas a good look, and George a game less than a year ago, taking about 4 fewer shots than a year ago. Good pass here, and Adams with the stuff.
Career lows for him shooting the basketball. One thing we asked Billy is he suffering any ill effects of that knee situation?
It's going to be easy because we're all all-star players, and it didn't happen the way they thought it would. Turner again.
Comfort zone. He wants to step away and get that face-up jump shot.
The only team that shoots it better from 3 in the NBA. Bottom in assists per game. In fact, Westbrook has half of their assists per game. Steal by Bogdanovich. Collison the layup. Fires there. And nobody picks up Collison, and he makes some pay. In Domas Sabonis. And you look at that deal, given the fact that
he could crow a little bit if he so chose. I don't think it's in Kevin Pritchard's nature. I know he's liked a couple of Texas. Russell situation where we wanted to see what we had, identify a style, and that's why Oladipo's been so incredible.
Another lapse. Westbrook not only played but practiced and trained, and had a big impact on Oladipo. And Victor admitted as much today as he hits a rebound. Thunder has 6 baskets and 5 turnovers so far. That pass a little low, but Adams able to corral. Struggling at the rim, struggling from three-point land at 31%. But you always know you're going to get great effort. And years with Indiana with Paul George in 2011-2012 before moving on. What a block by Turner, the NBA leader.
Well, bottom line is you traded your depth for Carmelo Anthony, right? And Carmelo has not played up to expectation. That's problematic, right? Look at Dwayne Wade coming off the bench in Cleveland and how successful that is. I know Carmelo's been
to go in the corner. Stevenson for 3. It's good!
He's been fine. We'll get him back in here early in the second quarter. It's a long game, so he understands the duration, the time. So,
of course, a long, successful playing career, pro.
The lob to Grant from McMillan, not just from last year as head coach, but being an assistant for 3 years. Sheldon, another lob. This one to Houston, the third. It's in Oklahoma City. James Harden's return again to OKC.
5 trips to start the second quarter for Indiana. No scores, 3 turnovers, and this
second group with the entire 5-man unit. Then they're going to bring Paul George back into the next head ball to work with some of these. And yes, did he communicate well enough to let his intentions be known? No, he did not. But it wasn't done. He could have handled better upon my departure. Stevenson faking the pass and handing it off. And there's Sabonis with
us. He struggled out there.
Sabonis got deep, flips it up and in. And you now from a record standpoint is there, and obviously Milwaukee's pretty good. Here's Carmelo from outside. And he's leading the NBA in steals. He's still averaging over 20 points per game as a breather in scoring with 10. Collison, excellent look that time, and it goes.
The double team, doesn't make the first pass, sees the other side of the floor, and creates an easy one.
Great look by 1-point pace early. The Thunder 3-10 on the road. They've had some losses to poor teams, as lost at Orlando, lost at Dallas, at Sacramento. They just lost at Brooklyn, but man, Kenny Atkinson, what a job he's done. They're 4 games under 500. Westbrook attacks, swatted away by Turner. Adams is there and throws off alley-oop passes from Westbrook.
On this team, you need somebody you don't have to run plays for.
All it is. Anthony with his hands up calling for the ball. Instead, it ends up in the hands of Abrinas, who misses badly. Now Anthony gets his chance. Thunder by 4 on the road. Bogdanovich catch and pass, and that was a tough grab for Young. But
over the top of his shoulder, still able to catch it and finish it.
Here's George for three. And George not
about the issues in the third quarter. He says we're just not getting off to a great start, and it's just playing its way all the way through, and we can't get it to it late. The Thunder.
Well, the Thunder, they've been marred by inconsistency really in every quarter this year, but in particular the third. Here's Adams, got stripped, would be his 9th. Turner takes it right at George. And a tip by...
Give up the offensive board.
Adams in the...
edge and second chance points, but he's worked hard to try to develop those skills around the bucket, to touch with it.
George spinning. Way off. He's 2 for 9. Oladipo quickly ahead. Bogdanovich with the dunk. By Bogdanovich, and they're outscoring the Thunder in the quarter 11-2. Cassidy started the second half talking about their struggle.
And getting to the second side. Shot clock now under duress.
Oladipo over George and the career year. Collison thought about the deep three-point try. Instead puts it on the deck. Over Adams. It's good.
Easy to take that first shot opportunity for Collison.
Westbrook to the rim. 1-17. He has scored 30 or more in 3 of his last 4 games. Turner drives to the rim. Great look by Westbrook with the left hand. Adams couldn't finish but got it back. Here's Abrinas for 3. Up. And there goes Westbrook in transition where he's deadly. Finds the open man. George pays him
with Billy Donovan. And one thing we didn't touch on was, do you consider putting him off the bench as Adams continues?
Do they start to think about, okay, the trade deadline 2 weeks earlier this year, it's Feb 8th. What do we do? Criticism, he's taken head on.
Did the same thing as Lance gets a...
Now they got a 3-on-2. Westbrook can't finish. But there's Adams again and
played with a level of desperation tonight. It's been Steven Adams.
12 rebounds, many of those on the offensive end of Sabonis. Adams sets the hard screen. That frees up Westbrook.
It would have been on the defense.
9 points, 10 assists, 14 rebounds for Westbrook. Oladipo.
Of taking care of the ball. They're trapping our pick and rolls. We got to get that ball out of there and get it to the weak side.
Thanks, Coach.
They get it.
29th in the NBA in bench points. He's a guy that can really stroke it from outside.
Prove that in Toronto consistently.
There's Corey. Won a title. Belt's pass knocked away, but it ends up in the hands of Ferguson. Final series, not good. You agree with that? Or are you starting to buy in? Well, we'll get to watch him later tonight when they play Charlotte following our game here on ESPN. Felton over Turner, gets the bounce. Big 3 are out here with the second group. It's entirely 5 bench players. Grant. And
done by Turner.
And here's Sabonis. They'll play him some with Turner at the same time. And Sabonis, he's had a great second season after the trade, part of the George deal. Felton in the lanes. In his first game as a visitor here at Bankers Life Fieldhouse. Patterson to the corner, got him! Westbrook on the attack, kicks it out. Abrinas, 4-3.
I can win more games with Patrick Patterson on my side, a healthy one.
He's at 2 of the 4 threes in the quarter by Thunder, trying to avoid going 3 games under 500. They're at Philly Friday, at the Knicks on Saturday, work 11 points. Here's Oladipo from outside. He's starting to... George has touched it. They're running out of gas. The boost not as loud as they were in the first half. Bogdanovich from the corner, on target with it.
Bogdanovich's points in transition. You've got to sprint and find him at the three-point line. They're going to get a wholesome John between Melo and Young. Wow. So forearm into the chest, little hold. He's trying to shake off the defender, giving as good as they get. And that's where it started and continues.
But again, they've attempted 18 more. Here's Oladipo. Fake the pass.
Here, going back to old habits.
Oladipo gets to the rim. It's Abrinas with 5. Abrinas driving, puts it up. Westbrook corrals. The tip goes by. Adams almost broke that one up. Young tracking down the loose ball, turns it over. And Paul George led the Pacers to 2 Eastern Conference Finals. Oladipo for 3. 100-95.